What is up, guys? Python here, back with another video, and today we're doing something that is a bit of a weird video, but I figured, you know what, let's just do it, because why not? Let's have fun today, because it's a long off season. We got a while, but today we are going to see, is it possible for the Rangers to grab Matthew Tkachuk? In case you do not know, the Calgary Flames, it's looking like things are getting a bit sour there with Matthew Tkachuk and the Flames organization, so he could be head out of Calgary. So I figured, let's have fun and see if the Rangers could make this work in any world. Before we do that, though, be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially for your Ranger fans. Turn on your notifications as well. And before we get into it, do need to give a shout out to my friends over at Manscaped. Yep, this video is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 5 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with their exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping utilizing the code Python at manscaped.com. And if my math is correct, that is about 10 million balls right there that are being held. My personal favorite product is the Lawnmower 4.0, which I just grabbed. And, you know, you might be skeptical about shaving down there. Manscaped says, don't you worry, trust our product. And yeah, be sure to check them out. Link is in the description, and it is definitely worth a look there. But enough with the balls talk there, even though they are great. Let's talk about the man himself, Matthew Tkachuk. So, yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard the name Matthew Tkachuk before. Not bad of a player. Not at all. Not bad. Pretty much a point per game guy his entire career. Not too shabby last year. 42 goals, 62 assists for 104 points. Not too shabby there. Yeah, Matthew Tkachuk is really good, and it's the fact that he doesn't just get points. He is a pain in the ass to go against. He is going to make your night hell if you are on the other team. He is just absolutely, he's a menace. He is a menace, and he is also one of the best in the game. As you can see, had some Selke votes last year, actually. 14th in the Hart Trophy. He was a part of the All-Star team. He didn't win the Calder. He was close. I should say close. I mean, 7th isn't close, but he did good in his rookie season, to say the least. And he is a very good player. He is so gifted offensively. Corsi 4 last year, in case you don't know what Corsi is, it shows the amount of time that your team possesses the puck when a certain player is on the ice. So if it's above 50%, good. If it's below 50%, bad. 59% last year. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. The lowest he has had is Corsi in his career, 53%. Just okay. Just okay. And is that even strength? Yeah, he is, how do I put this? Elite. Elite. He is unreal. 104 points last year. You question how much of that's Johnny Gaudreau, how much of that is Lindholm as well, but to me, there's no question that even if Tkachuk doesn't put up 100-plus points, he is guaranteed to give you point-per-game production at the very least. At the very least. And to that, why wouldn't you want a player like that? What would stop the Rangers from going out there and getting a player like Matthew Tkachuk? He gets under the guy's skins, which Gallant loves guys like that. He would be just a perfect fit here. Yeah, he plays on the wing, but you know what? You could play him on the right wing, and you know he's worth the cap hit because he's going to be here for 8 years. So at least if you're trading your futures, he's going to be someone that's here for the long run. So what is the problem? The problem is cap space. So this is probably realistically the package that you're looking at if the Rangers were to make a move like this. Rangers bring in Matthew Tkachuk, and in exchange, the Calgary Flames get Nils Lundkvist, Vitaly Kravtsov, and just to make the money work, you got to get Phil Pito and Barclay Goodrow, and then you give up your first-round pick. Very steep price. Now, Vitaly Kravtsov and Nils Lundkvist, they don't really hurt to lose, to be completely honest with you, because Nils Lundkvist, all right, you just have Zach Jones play that left side defense. Vitaly Kravtsov, all right, well, you're bringing Matthew Tkachuk in either way. But you take a very big hit on your depth with Philip Hedl and Barclay Goodrow. And then the first-round pick, yeah, you lose that, which, again, you do that for Matthew Tkachuk. So overall, the price isn't necessarily awful. It isn't necessarily awful in the grand scheme of things, but you have to ask, how are the Rangers going to sign Matthew Tkachuk? And if you go to an armchair GM, and this is lowballing Matthew Tkachuk, 7.5 is the lowest I can imagine him getting. Realistically, I think he gets north of 9 million. But this is just the lowest scenario, just to have fun and let us use our imagination and have some creativity here. You're probably looking at a situation where I should probably bring up Gustav Riedel. You're probably looking at a situation where these are probably your lines going into next season. And as fun as getting Matthew Tkachuk would be, I do not want Matthew Tkachuk at the expense of having this bottom six. Could it work out? Because best case scenario, Othman, Painiemi, and Riedel absolutely blow us away, and we're surprised. Yeah, that would be best case scenario. But then there's also best case scenario where Matthew Tkachuk's taking 7.5 million. And you see the problem here, where it's just unrealistic. And the only way that this could really happen is if the albatross of a deal that Jacob Trouba is on, which, by the way, happy 1 year anniversary. One year. No, not 1 year. It's been longer than 1 year. But happy anniversary. Was it 2-3 years at this point? Happy anniversary regardless to that signing. Great signing, Jeff Gordon. Love you for that one. It's not like we're cap strapped right now and we're in a situation where we can't get Matthew Tkachuk because of that contract. But that is realistically the only way I imagine it's getting this done. And keep in mind, I also had to trade Wow, I almost said Adam Reeves. I don't know why. Ryan Reeves. You almost had to trade Ryan Reeves for you have to trade Ryan Reeves for a 7th round pick. I just threw him to Vegas because why not? But revert that trade, revert this trade. All right. Let's say the Rangers did want to go the route. Let's say they could trade Jacob Trouba. Hypothetically, in this world, Jacob Trouba says, all right, I'm willing to go to Calgary. You're probably looking at a situation. You trade Jacob Trouba, trade Philip Hedl, you trade the 1st round pick, you give him Niels Lundqvist, and you throw in maybe a Lauri Painiemi, because they're getting, at that point, guys that are NHL ready, and then you get a prospect and a 1st round pick. All that for Matthew Tkachuk. Then you go ahead, do this, and let me just click on a random team, do this, and then let's say he does get what I expect, where it's 9.5 for 8 years, right? Say you're in that world, and then you do that with the lines. You, let's just say Othman's not necessarily ready. You do that, you do that. You do Ryan Reeves, you could probably still trade, like I said, and then you bring Tyler Mott back. That's still what I would like, personally. But do this. Do this. These lines aren't necessarily bad, and you still have 1.3 million in cap space to address some needs. Because at that point, then you're gonna have to address your address your right shot defenseman. And for now, a placeholder, Ty Emberson, just for the cap situation. You have 500K there. You probably spend that 1.3 million on a right shot defenseman, and keep in mind you still have flexibility to trade Ryan Reeves, and you could shore up that bottom six. That is a world where I'm very much interested. If the Rangers could find a way to move Jacob Trouba to bring in Matthew Tkachuk, yes, you do it, and yes, it's possible. But I think it's gonna happen, because how is it gonna happen? How is it gonna happen? I don't see a world where Jacob Trouba is gonna be willing to go to Calgary. But again, we've seen crazier things, and to me, I think that this is all smoke. Him potentially coming to the Rangers, which again, I'd love him. I'd love him here, but it's very unrealistic with the cap. And if the Rangers could find a way to move Trouba, great. If you can't, then you can't do it. But that's going to be it. I just wanted to do a quick, fun little video to see, is there a world where the Rangers could get Matthew Tkachuk? But I don't think that is possible. But that's going to do it for me. I don't have much else to say. Again, use the code Python Manscaped. Link is in the description. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially for Ranger fans. Turn on your notifications as well. And I will see you in the next one. Let's go, Rangers.